Experts have called on consumers to prioritise their spending to enable them to save for long-term investments such as education and retirement. And you need to start investing in your 20s rather than postponing it until later. Failure to do this will lead you to losing out on the benefit of compound interest, and you will be forced to save even more money later to catch up. You also need to choose the right asset classes and diversify your portfolio to derive meaningful growth. We do apologise for the poor quality of sound in this next insert.
Proper financial planning will go a long way to ensure that your financial freedom is secured for the future. Experts say you need to start saving as soon as you start working in order to benefit from compound interest. They've also called on consumers to prioritize their spending and to avoid instant gratification and avoid unsecured debt such as credit card and personal loans, as this will reduce your disposable income and your ability to invest for the future.
An important concept is actually having time in the market. So the longer you're invested, the more you actually get to benefit from your investment. So it's important to, first of all, prioritize your spending needs, right? And if you can defer spending in order to invest that money and get that money to work for you, that's actually going to be very beneficial for you over time.
The earlier you start, the better it is for you, simply because you'll have more time to build up your wealth. And with investments, time is actually your friend, because the longer you invest it, the more your money will compound and earn growth on growth, and which is actually what you want.
Putting your money in a bank account will give you some guarantee on your investment, but it will not give you good returns in the long run. Your money will lose the purchasing power as it will not be able to beat inflation, and the chances of securing a favorable interest rate are minimal due to the low interest rate environment.
If you are invested in cash only, you will struggle to outperform or beat inflation over the long term. So that means your money will not retain its purchasing power, and then it essentially means you're becoming poorer over time if you are only invested in cash, for example, over long periods of time.
Investing in growth assets such as bonds and equities that are linked to the stock market will help you grow your money. These investments are able to outperform inflation in the long term, and you should be willing to invest for at least a minimum of 5 years for you to get meaningful returns.
The sooner you start, the less you actually end up putting away, and the more your money actually works for you. So we've got quite a few studies in the industry that look at, if you start investing, let's say at age 20, and you do a debit order for a certain number of years, let's say for 10 years, right? And someone else starts investing at age 30 and does a debit order until retirement, that person who started later will actually not have as much money as the person who starts earlier.
Many investors withdrew their money from their investments last year as they started panicking due to the impact of COVID-19, but experts have called on investors to stay invested as the market usually recovers over time.
It's important to stick with your investment plan throughout the volatility that you're likely to experience. So, we spoke just now about the fact that some of the longer term funds are meant to beat inflation for you, but that also comes with volatility in those funds.
The longer you postpone investing, the more you'll need to save in the future. Investing can even be more challenging as your circumstances changes and you start having more responsibilities such as raising children or buying assets. Starting early will give you more time to grow your investments and improve your financial security. Naledi Matlapeng, SABC News, Johannesburg.